Here we go.
Now, as a film fan, I would say that I found myself being attracted to the stories that maybe get you in your feels, ones that deal with different situations in your life, but specifically movies that just deal with characters and focus on them and the trials and tribulations that they go through. What intrigued me about Breakup Season is that it's a smaller, more independent film that handles all those things that I just mentioned, but specifically breakups and, as the title would suggest, breakup season, the holidays, in a really vulnerable way that allows you to connect with the characters and really just shine a light on how hard it can be to go through a breakup. The number one thing that I appreciate the most is that it's brutally honest through and through. What really shines here is the writing. It wears its heart on its sleeve. It really just lets you in, and you feel like you know these characters. You feel connected to them. It does set up this family dynamic as well, because most of the movie is just set in the house that they live in, and while I do wish that they focused on the claustrophobic nature of it all a little bit more, aside from one really good scene, I thought there was more left to be desired in that regard. The two leads especially, but also the brother, the father, the mother, and even the sister, who was definitely the most annoying part of the movie for me. They all feel understood. They go through their own arcs. There's a dinner table sequence that highlights everything about why this family is either going to work for you or it's not going to work for you. At the start of the movie, I have to say that they do feel pretty insufferable. Some of them do grow on you, but I think the sister through and through was the most annoying part. She's played by Carly Stewart. I don't think that it's Stewart's fault necessarily, but I just think the writing leaves this to be a very one-sided character that is just going to annoy you. Out of all the characters, I like the dad the most, played by James Urbaniak, and he's a character actor that you'll often see just pop up in and out of nowhere. He's always a nice, recognizable face. I think that he especially shines in Breakup Season. He has moments between his two sons that will really just make you feel warm, and showing that father-son connection I'm always appreciative of. Something that I personally have a soft spot for in movies. Unfortunately, I don't think Breakup Season reaches a great status. The number one thing I will say and continue to say is that it does feel original in how it explores relationships. While the movie could have been longer, had more build up to this relationship that especially wasn't working, plain and simple, while we are getting more and more movies that do feel raw and honest, especially in the romance genre, Breakup Season stands out because a movie that deals with a breakup throughout its entire runtime, those are kind of movies that are few and far between. Honest and easy to connect to though, because it's a very human thing to go through. It does go on for a little bit too long. It keeps baiting you out, thinking it's going to go in a more predictable route with how it all wraps up. It baits you like 2 or 3 times and it just feels unnecessary. But luckily, it doesn't wrap up exactly how you're expecting to, so at least it has that going for it. One thing that I haven't touched on is the two leads played by Chandler Riggs and Samantha Isler. I wasn't personally as completely wrapped up in them as especially much as I think the movie wishes that its audience were. I mean, come on, if this is a movie about a relationship breaking up, you really want to feel wrapped up in the central relationship, and that aspect, it just leaves more to be desired. And that's the key thing I would leave with Breakup Season. It leaves more to be desired. From a first-time filmmaker with H. Nelson Tracy, you can tell that he's getting at stuff that I think he'll just go on to perfect in his career and only get better at as a filmmaker. And yeah, it is good and I would recommend it, and maybe you'll even enjoy it more than me, but I just wish that a couple of things were tweaked here and there. I'm going to give Breakup Season a C+, and I would recommend streaming it when you get the chance. I will always appreciate an honest movie, and Breakup Season is one of the more honest and touching movies about love that I've seen in 2024. I want to thank you so much for watching this review, and as always, look forward to more content coming soon. My name is Ben, people call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.